Innovate is brought to you by
Get in the box with Airtel Yola Maja, where you can Yola up to 2 million shillings daily or up to 20 million shillings in the grand finale. Dial *185# for Airtel Money.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
and
Admissions for Senior 1 to Senior 5 will start as soon as results are out. Tuition per term for Senior 1 is 980,000 shillings and for Senior 5, 990,000 shillings. For any inquiries, call 0775 83 66 64.
A very warm welcome and a good evening. This is your technology show, Innovate. You know we bring you all there is in the world of technology, be it here in Uganda as well as globally. I am your host, Brenda Kembabazi. But first, a sneak peek into what's making highlights in today's show. On Innovate today, we bring you the appointment manager that just might help you schedule your appointments. Also, the Resilient African Network has called for innovators who have innovations that deal with conflict. And in WhatsApp, ICT experts have tasked government to include more ICT-related subjects in secondary and primary schools. And for our security tip, we tell you how to keep secure while using the internet. This and much more on today's show. Scheduling appointments can be so frustrating given the fact that most professionals in schools and health facilities also work in different institutions. But well, we just might have a solution for all of this with the appointment manager, a brainchild of a student who recently completed school at the Mbara University of Science and Technology. Check it out. The appointment manager is an application that works on computers and smartphones to enable users manage their meetings and appointments more efficiently. It can be used by hospitals, schools, and other service-providing firms. It was created by Abubakar Byamgisha, who studied computer science at Mbara University of Science and Technology.
The appointment manager is simply a web solution, like a web application that manages appointments. It helps clients to manage appointments. It helps clients to book appointments. Basically managing appointments and booking them.
He was inspired to make such an application following his bad experiences while marketing his own applications to people in different offices. So 3 months ago, he developed the appointment manager application, which he says is now ready to hit the market.
So it has been designed to be very responsive in a way that it will work with most phones, most browsers, and therefore it makes it very well, that feature makes it accessible both on computers and mobile phones, but it's not a mobile app.
The appointment manager is integrated onto the organization's website, manned by tech personnel, and the service providers can have accounts on the application and manage their appointments. A service provider needs a password to log in, whereas users do not. It can be used by hospitals, schools, and other service-providing firms.
We are looking at basically every service provider that has very many walk-ins and walkouts. I'm not sure if you understand me that way. Walk-ins and walkouts. We are meaning these people who are walking in to get a service and then walk out.
For example, to make an appointment with a service provider in an organization, you go to the application interface, select the service required. It will give you options with names and phone numbers of the service providers for you to choose from. You enter your names, email address, phone number, and a short note that may include the reason for the appointment, and enter the date and time, plus the time you would like to meet them.
Client has visited the appointment manager website and chosen the company in which he wants to get an appointment. Say Superform Technologies. A simple form like this will be provided. As you can see, it simply shows this. It is saying select service and provider. You may know what you want, but you may don't know who provides that service in an organization. Or you may know who provides the service, but you don't know. You may know what both of them. So you basically have to come here and select a service. And basically this is for Superform Electronic Technologies. I'm going to assume that you want CCTV camera installation. You want us to meet us an appointment, to make an appointment with us, because you want to have surveillance cameras in your offices installed. So you select that service, and what it does, it will show you providers who offer the same service. So you select which service provider you intend to work with. You can leave the default. They will allocate you service provider if needed. Then if that meeting, because you want to just make an appointment to talk about that, if it costs a fee, they show you a fee that you pay. That is somewhere here. Then they will show you how long the appointment is likely to take, the duration. And after that, you simply have to click next. They provide you the calendar and the time for the other service provider, because this service provider today is 15th, but you may want to get an appointment for 16th.
The application enables service providers to provide their time availability, stating when they open and close, lunch breaks, as well as reschedule appointments. It also helps secretaries make appointments for service providers basing on their time of availability. The application allows appointments to be made for a week or months, and can also reschedule them, giving a note or a reason for rescheduling. Right now, the app can only be configured for the company that requires it. In future, Byamgisha plans to centralize the system to enable all organizations create accounts in one place and manage them. This will enable organizations pay, create and manage their accounts on the application, just like the way Facebook operates.
We look at the future for the application as very bright, because whereas in our country people are beginning to appreciate technology, but they are also beginning to realize that without technology there are things that have been giving them headache.
The appointment manager enables organizations pay, create and manage their accounts on the application, just like the way Facebook operates. The idea is to make organizations with more service providers pay more than those with fewer service providers. Are you an innovator, and do you think that your innovation is worth being rewarded? Then lucky for you, the Resilient African Network is pleased to invite applications for its Resilience Innovation Challenge for Conflict. This call focuses on the sourcing, developing and scaling of transformative technologies and approaches that will strengthen resilience to shocks and stresses that arise from chronic conflict and its effects. Check it out. You just might get yourself a reward at the end of the day. In particular, Resilient Network is looking to catalyze and incentivize the development of solutions that will impact agriculture production and markets, enhance skill building in education curriculum, as well as livelihood diversification and financial inclusion.
The Resilience Innovation Challenge for Conflict, which is a challenge that is targeting building resilience in areas that have been affected by conflict. And we very well know that areas that have been affected by conflict rely more on humanitarian aid with a lot of dependency and limited livelihood diversification. The focus for this call is basically the innovator communities. And what I mean by the innovator communities, I mean the students, I mean the faculty, that's the lecturer, I mean the NGOs, and the general community at large. All of them are eligible to submit for this call. The message for the viewers is that as Africans, the challenges are with us, and therefore we must work together to solve these challenges as Africans.
Grants ranging between $15,000 to $40,000 will be awarded under this call to support the development of innovative approaches and technologies. The East African Resilience Lab will select and fund projects in 3 priority intervention pathways for resilience building addressing conflict, harnessing curriculum development towards skills development and entrepreneurship, as well as financial inclusion for wealth creation. The deadline for this application is the 11th of this month for all of you that believe you have innovations that have to deal with conflict change. We take a short break, but while we do that, don't forget to dial *185# for those of you that are on Airtel. You just could be a millionaire. We take a short break, but don't touch your dial. Innovate will be right back.
Innovate is brought to you by...
Get in the box with Airtel Yola Maja, where you can Yola up to 2 million shillings daily or up to 20 million shillings in the grand finale. Dial *185# for Airtel Money.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
And...
Admissions for Senior 1 to Senior 5 will start as soon as results are out. Tuition per term for Senior 1 is 980,000 shillings and for Senior 5, 990,000 shillings. For any inquiries, call 0775 83 66 64.